Hey guys, Jennifer here with the Family Fudge, and welcome to Bunches of Lunches Toddler Edition. Now you already know that I love sharing fun lunch ideas, but I also have a 3-year-old named Griffin, and I often get asked what kind of lunches I make for him. So that's exactly what I'm sharing today. And you guys, all of these lunch ideas are really easy and quick, and they're perfect for if you have a picky eater like I do. Now before we get started, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Let's get on to the lunches. Now I definitely have a strategy when it comes to making toddler lunches. I try to keep them as healthy as I can, and I also like to offer variety. And I'll often pair foods I know he likes with 1 or 2 new things to try. I really feel like when I slowly introduce new food that I have better success at getting him to try them. So that brings me to lunch idea number 1. For the main course of this lunch, I'm going to heat up one of these Chinese style pork buns. I get these at Trader Joe's and they're fully cooked. I just have to pop them in the microwave. This is definitely something new I'm hoping that he'll like. So now I'm just making this according to the directions on the package. I'm wrapping it in a damp paper towel and it only takes about 40 seconds and then it's ready to go. Now with these toddler lunches, I also try to include a fruit and a vegetable. For the fruit today, I'm going to give him some nice cold watermelon, and I went ahead and cut it into heart shapes just so it will be really cute. To go along with this, I'm also going to offer him some cooked green beans and some corn. Now these are actually leftovers from last night's dinner, and that's actually really common for my toddlers' lunches. I definitely try to throw in some leftovers if I can. And then last but not least, the one thing I know he will absolutely love, a Baby Bell cheese. Griffin has always been a huge fan of cheese and he still loves it today. Now when it comes to his lunchtime, if I can, I will definitely sit down and have lunch with him. It's bread, meat inside.
Oh yeah, it's bread.
Try it.
What's this?
Watermelon.
What's this?
Green beans.
What's this?
You know what that is.
It's cheese, baby.
But another thing that really helps him is by turning the TV off so there's not as many distractions. And I also like to try to give him plenty of time without rushing him to finish quickly. Bread.
Real bad. Oh, I got it. Mama! I won't say it again like this. I got which one in these ones I got to go for a peanut butter butts.
Okay guys, here's how he did. He did like the bao bun, but he only ate about half of it, which is totally fine. Of course, he ate all of the cheese, he ate all of the fruit, most of the corn, and I don't think he ate any green beans. For our next lunch idea, I'm going to be making a toddler lunchtime staple, and that's a good old PB&J. But I'm always looking for ways to make PB&J a little bit more interesting. So for today's lunch, I'm going to start with this whole wheat bread, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off the crusts, which by the way, I do like to save. I stick all of my crusts in a bag and pop them in the freezer, and once I have enough crusts saved up, I like to make a French toast casserole. Now this next part is totally optional, but I like to roll out the bread so it's a little bit flatter. Next, I'm going to add a very thin layer of this peanut butter. This is a natural, smooth peanut butter. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you're a fan of smooth peanut butter or if you love chunky. Personally, I love them both. And of course, it wouldn't be a PB&J without the J. Today I'm using a seedless raspberry jam. I get this at Costco and it's really good. But the trick here is to not add too much. You just need a very thin layer, otherwise it's going to squirt out everywhere and be really messy. So now once I have these all rolled up, I can go ahead and slice them into pieces. Just like that. Little PB&J sushi bites. I know Griffin will love these. In fact, all of my kids really like it when I make PB&J like this. Now to go along with this, I'm also going to be throwing in some cucumber. We almost always have cucumber around the house because my kids love it in their lunches. But for my toddler, I do like to cube it into pretty small pieces, just to be on the safe side. Then of course, most of his lunches include some kind of cheese. So for today's lunch, I'm gonna chop up this string cheese. I could just leave it whole, and he would definitely eat it like that, but I think this is a little bit more appetizing to him. In general, he loves finger food, so if I can cut it up, I definitely will. And then last but not least, I'm also gonna add about 1/3 of a cup of applesauce. This is a really good unsweetened applesauce. Griffin can sometimes be messy with things like this, so I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope for the best. Oh yes, and I'm also gonna sprinkle just a little bit of cinnamon on top for added flavor. And there you have it, you guys. I almost always try to have at least 4 different things in every lunch so that there's a really good variety. Okay, time to see how he likes it.
Yeah.
Who's on your shirt today? Who is that?
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, here's your lunch. Does it look good?
I want that.
Oh, you need a spoon because it's applesauce.
But where is it?
Say, Daddy, can I have a spoon, please?
Daddy, can I have food, please? Yeah. Thank you.
Was it good? All right. Can you try your little roll-up sandwich? What's your favorite part of this lunch? I have to tell you guys, he was acting a little bit sillier than normal because he knew that I was filming him and he's a total camera hog. So at one point I just had to set up the camera and walk away. Whoa. Here's saying, all done. Okay guys, now here's how he did today. As you can see, he ate every single peanut butter and jelly bite. He loves those. He also ate all the cheese and pretty much all of the applesauce. But you guys, I don't think he ate any cucumber. I'm beginning to see a trend here. If it's green, he's not a huge fan. Okay guys, this next lunch idea starts with another kid favorite, mac and cheese. We definitely eat a lot of mac and cheese around here. Now I'm actually going to be making lunch for all the kids today, so that means I'm making 2 boxes of mac and cheese. There'll probably be some leftovers, but that's okay. We've definitely become a 2-box mac and cheese family with so many kids that love mac and cheese. So now I've cooked and drained the noodles. I'm going to add in the butter, the milk, and both packets of cheese. Mix it all up and it's good to go. Now on to the veggies. Now normally Griffin does eat broccoli, and I'm hoping that he'll like this one today. I went ahead and steamed it up a little bit so it's nice and tender, but it's not mushy. And next I'm gonna add plenty of seasoning. I definitely think if I add plenty of salt, pepper, and a little bit of this everything but the bagel seasoning, that it'll definitely make him want to eat more of the broccoli. Now this seasoning has garlic and onion. It's really good. And then last but not least, to doctor up this broccoli a little bit more, I'm just gonna sprinkle some Parmesan cheese. And I'll just mix it all up and it'll be ready. Okay, so now that I have the mac and cheese and the broccoli ready to go, it's time to add some fruit. I'm gonna do a combination today of mango. Griffin usually loves mango. In fact, the whole family is crazy about mangoes these days. Then I'm also gonna throw in a few strawberries. And I've cut these into nice, small, bite-sized pieces that'll be easier for him to eat. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Here it is. What are you gonna eat first?
Yeah.
Now, I am not surprised at all that the first thing he went for was the mac and cheese, but I was concerned about the broccoli. Sometimes if Griffin doesn't like a food, he'll just chew it up a little bit and then keep it in his mouth for like 10 minutes until I convince him to swallow it. It definitely makes mealtime a little bit more of a challenge, but I really can't complain too much because my mom says that I pretty much did the same thing when I was a kid. Just eat the tree part. Yeah, eat the other part. No, the other part. Yeah, you can use your fingers. Take it off. Yeah, now bite it. Is your mouth full? Well, finish it. Got cheese on it. Is it good? So here's the after. He ate a lot of the mac and cheese, almost all of it. He ate more broccoli than I thought he would, but he didn't finish it. And same with the fruit. He did a pretty good job though. Not too bad. Now this next lunch idea is what I like to call a snacky lunch. And that's exactly what it sounds like. It's a bunch of different snacks, nothing has to be cooked, so it's quick and easy. And just with like my regular lunch boxes that I send to school, I also like to use silicone liners on my toddler's plate. So the first thing I'm going to be adding is a hard-boiled egg. I like to boil like a dozen eggs at a time, peel them and then stick them in the fridge. That way they're ready to go. We can pull them out when we need a quick snack or to throw into a lunch. Now my older kids would be totally fine with a whole egg, but for Griffin, I'll go ahead and slice it up. I have this really cute egg slicer. It makes it really quick and easy. I'll go ahead and spread that out. And I'll also go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of salt on top. For the fruit today, I'm adding a scoop of raspberries. I know Griffin will love these. He's a big fan of just about every fruit. And then in this next section, some beans. Now I know what you're thinking, lima beans? But no, they're actually not lima beans. These are edamame. Now I have one more thing to add to this lunch, something a little bit crunchy and salty. I'm gonna add some of these goldfish crackers, but these are actually not your traditional cheese flavor. Instead, I have these baked whole grain pretzel goldfish. Usually I buy the cheese ones, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna like these too. Now, as you can tell, my guy was a little bit grumpy this day. He's really at the stage where he really should still be taking a nap, but he doesn't always. And then of course, if it's too late in the day, I don't want him to take a nap because then he won't go to bed on time. You know how it goes if you're a mom. Now after about half an hour of lunchtime, here's what we're left with. He ate most of his egg, all of the berries, all of the edamame, and most of the pretzels. He did a really good job actually. Okay guys, next up we have a lunch that is brunch inspired. So there'll also be some breakfast foods. My kids love doing breakfast foods for lunch. We do it quite often actually. The first thing I'm gonna do is pop this waffle into the toaster. Next, I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup of fresh blueberries. And Griffin is just now at the age where he likes using these food picks, just like his older brother and sisters do. So now that our waffle is done, I have a few toppings to add. Instead of butter and syrup, I'm gonna add a thin layer of cream cheese. This is just plain whipped cream cheese. There's no sugar added. I'm gonna try to fill all these little squares. Now at this point, I don't think Griffin would actually eat it. But after I add this thin layer of raspberry jam, I definitely think he'll gobble it up. There are so many different ways you can top a waffle. One of my favorite ways is to actually add peanut butter as well. So now I'll go ahead and slice this up so it's easier to manage and get it onto Griffin's plate. Now this is looking pretty good already, but I have a few more things to add, like 2 little turkey sausage links. These are already fully cooked, so all I had to do is heat them up. And then in this little separate container, I have just a few chunks of fresh avocado. Griffin loves avocado almost as much as he loves cheese. So I have just a few chunks in here with a little bit of salt and pepper for seasoning. And then there you have it.
Hi.
And you guys, I have to say, I really love these plates for toddler lunches. I've used them for years. They come in lots of different colors. You can buy them at Target or Walmart. And it's also really cool because these plates are made of recycled milk jugs. Now I'm not surprised here that he went for the avocado and blueberries first. And I did go ahead and put his waffles together like a little waffle sandwich. That way it would be a little bit less messy, hopefully.
Mommy, Mom, walking. This one.
And then this, you guys, is all we're left with. I'm kind of surprised that out of all the lunches that I've made that this one must have been his favorite because he ate almost every single bite. There's just a tiny bit left. I hope you enjoyed these toddler lunch ideas. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.